Yeah, so we are on live. Hey guys, thank you for joining with us. I am Hrishikesh Relekar, currently working as a data scientist in Crayon Data. I'm a recent graduate from Indian Institute of Technology Madras. With me, I have my friend Rakesh Roshan, CEO and founder of TechTable, a student in Aerospace Department of IIT Madras. So in this session, we are going to discuss journey of TechTable, a startup led by Rakesh, how such an energetic and
Thank you.
enthusiastic person in college became a committed and hardworking entrepreneur. So I have a list of questionnaire prepared with me. I have collated series of questions in them by taking inputs from diversified group of people, including people with different age, geography, professionals. So we can start one by one. So Rakesh, please tell us about TechTable in brief first. What is it actually? What do you do in TechTable?
Thanks, Rishikesh, first of all, for a beautiful introduction of me and TechTable. Okay, and definitely we'll get started with what is TechTable, what we do at TechTable, and how it is helping students and startup communities overall. Okay, so let's get started. Just give me 1 second. All right. So basically, TechTable is a community-based platform where we are trying to build an ecosystem for students and startups as a whole. We are actually providing practical-based learning approach to students, and also we are providing services, professional services to startups to launch their startup. So maybe it will take some time to explain this concept. This was a very simple concept which I explained in one sentence, right? But if I talk in detail, what exactly it is, what TechTable do for students and startup communities as a whole. So then I can say that we have this practical-based learning approach where we provide internship and some kind of training for the beginner students, so that they get some hands-on experience on working with some startups and working on real projects. Because many students they learn some concept, but they are not confident uh, because they have not applied somewhere. So whatever, like we have worked with more than 1,000 students. So that was the common thing that we realized, that everyone is lagging that confidence in themselves. Even if they have learned a lot, even if they are topper with the concept, but not with the implementation. So that is where we realize, okay, TechTable approach will be the best option, and that is where we are. And at the same time, like we said, we are also providing professional services to startups, which means we are providing tech and non-tech support services to the startup so that they can launch their product, they can launch their MVP. So in that way, we are helping startups. And in this case, we have become Atmanirbhar, so that we don't need to be dependent on some other startups to provide opportunities. We have created our own opportunities for students.
Yes, Rakesh, thank you. So, in summarized way, basically you are connecting students with the opportunities. But what motivated you to start this tech table? What idea did strike your mind when you started this tech table?
Okay, thanks. And in fact, that's the tagline we have, right? Connecting students to opportunities. And that's where, like you said, we are connecting definitely students to opportunities. And in fact, this gap is huge, and I cannot say that anyone can do this, because this needs a lot of people, even mentally and physically, lot of support we need to bridge this gap. Okay, and in fact, this is a problem that anyone can see. It's not just that I have looked into this problem for the first time. This was a problem, and this will be. But we are trying to minimize this gap as much as possible. So me being also an engineer, I realized this problem when I was facing this problem myself. Okay, so when I was in second year, I did not even have an idea that what internship is and how to approach for an internship. So that was the first case. Even being an IIT, and I was not even able to just look for internship and to get some exposure about a startup world or any company. So that was the situation when I started thinking about it. Okay, why this is happening? We don't have uh, connection with outer world, and we don't have that flexibility to work with startup. So why don't we just start something where actually students can work with startup and they get some hands-on experience.
Correct, correct, correct. Behind every entrepreneur, there is a personal story, and you have that personal story which motivated you to start this tech table. uh, but for aspiring
Yes, true, true,
entrepreneurs
true.
so for aspiring entrepreneurs, as per my opinion, three qualities are most important. First one is finding the right idea for the business. Second one is the belief in your idea. And third one is courage to go in unconventional direction, to choose unconventional path, to go for a startup rather than joining a safe job salaried career. So what do you think of them? How did you start? How did you find this idea? Then what is your belief in your idea, and how did you take this courage to build this startup?
Super. Okay, see. So definitely, like the points which you mentioned are absolutely true, and you have to first believe your idea. Okay, if you won't believe your idea, no one else will, right? So first of all, you have to believe on your idea that okay, this idea is gonna work. We are solving problem for students, or let's say in any case, they are solving problems, right? And second thing is not just the solving problem. That idea should be feasible. Like let's say I'm solving problem of going from Earth to Mars. That is a challenge, that is a problem, but how feasible it is, right? So at that time you have to look at the feasibility of that idea. Second thing is that okay, are you getting a team to work on that idea or not? You are all alone. One man army will not work here. This is a team game. Okay, so as soon as you get the idea, you start looking for like-minded people and start working on it. Many it happens with lots of entrepreneurs that in the beginning they think okay, their idea will be stolen. This is the common mindset they have. Like they think okay, if I share my idea, they will steal my idea and they'll work on it. Listen, if you are not going to market, you are not going to start, and if you don't start, you will not succeed. So the key to success is to get started, and that is where most of these entrepreneurs, you should say them, those who want to start something, right? So if they don't have a mentor, they will get into this trap that if they share their idea will get stolen. Yeah, that is the case in some of in some of the cases. You must protect your idea, but until you share with someone, you will not get feedback. Until you share with someone, you will not get okay whether this is going to work or not. So you have to share, but also let's say you are working on some secret plan or something you very unique, then at that time you must take care of your IPO. Like in that case you can file an IPO, or uh, you must protect it first with your IP, and once you are done with that, you can just again go ahead and share it with your friends or someone, because that has happened with us also. Okay, because right now, like we said, we are providing professional services to startups. So we have started working with several startups, right? We are launching several startups in other terms, because we are the technical partner for them. So in that case, many times it has happened with us. They are like very hesitant to share their idea. That no. So we provide them such confidence that okay, your idea will be fully protected with us. So we sign an NDA with them, and that's how we proceed further. So the the thing here is, like you said about the three points. So the first thing is they should be they should be always attentive. Okay, they should be always attentive to look for any kind of problem. Look for the solution first. Just forget about solution. Everywhere there is a problem, and you have to get started with that. So it is a mindset. See, entrepreneurship is always about a mindset. It's not just about writing co-founder, founder, and CEO like that. There is nothing like that. It is a mindset which actually builds a lot of skills in you. It's a mindset to solve problems. That's where it gets started.
Yeah, thank you, Rakesh, for your elaborative answer. So, as you said, for the idea. to the feasibility check is must. We should first do the feasibility check, how much our idea is feasible. Then it's very
True.
important to share our idea, get the feedback, but at the same time protect your idea from outside market so that no one can steal your ideas. So we have a trade-off between these two, and we have to take a balanced view in this. So my next question is about approaching clients. Let's say after defining your idea, the next important thing is to approach the potential clients, okay, and the pitch and to pitch your ideas. So how did you identify your potential clients? What strategy did you use while approaching them?
See, in our case, our clients was very simple. Okay, the clients was startups and students. Having a tag of IITM helped us, helped a lot. Definitely, I can say that, because that IITM tag itself is more than enough to give a reliability to TechTable and to Rakesh Raushan. Okay, so all those alumni network we have definitely utilized a lot, and there are many customers from IITM alumni network. Second thing is that our customer, our users were students, and for to connect with students, it was very easy because we can directly connect on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, there are lots of students who are looking for opportunities to work, opportunities to do some internship or freelancing work or something, right? So it was very easy for us to track users, to connect with them, and to get first set of users. But in some cases, it will be difficult. I'm not saying it is always easy. In some cases, especially those who are working with product type of startups. So in that case, it will be very tough because they have to first launch their MVP to get their users, right? MVP is minimum viable product. So until you show them something, they cannot use it. But in case of something says, let's say in future I will be using some sort of technologies using artificial intelligence or machine learning, let's say. At present, I can do that manually and show it to customers that this is how the process will look like. Would you like to use it? Even if I do it offline, even if I do it manually, they will at least try at lower scale, right? But at larger scale, that can be possible through technology, and in future we can bring in those high advanced, like advanced technology into it. And this both the concept will be same. I can show customer same thing through this technology and offline method as well. So this is the advantage in service based platform or service based ideas.
Yes, Rakesh. I remember that you were telling me a story about approaching you to Lotte, India, I think. So, do you have any experience or any memory of that sort, that you have approached a client, and how basically what was the procedure that you followed while approaching the client, and what was their response, and how did you improve on?
All right. So till now, like for the startups, our approach was very simple because we have IITM incubation as well. We have, like I said, IITM Entrepreneurs Network. So this was the main source of clients for us, and we were like happy with this connections with these clients, and we were able to provide services to them. And then coming to students, connecting them through colleges was one of the best source for us. Like we had campus managers, and through which we were able to connect with a lot of students. Like currently we have more than 50 colleges connected through WhatsApp, and we are running them automatically. So we run them automated. We have that system automated through WhatsApp. We send them notifications, we send them internship opportunities through WhatsApp groups.
Okay. So moving on to next question. So startup is about the people. It's a small team which is working towards a same vision, a common vision. But the people that you choose are
Yes.
most important in the early life of a startup. So what strategy do you follow while recruiting people? How did you find people with similar interests as that of you, and what qualities do you look for before recruiting them?
See here, our recruiting process is very simple. As like you said, their motto should be same, right? So here we are solving the problems of students. Definitely we will choose such people who are also facing the same problem, which means we are targeting those students who are also into the similar zone where they want to work for a startup, they want to get opportunities. So that is the first thing. The alignment of goal is already done, okay, while doing this first process itself. Means in our case, because we are working with the student for the students, that is the simple case. So that alignment is already done, no need to worry about that. Once that is done, the second thing is that, okay, how skilled they are, how much skilled they are for let's say solving any technical problems. So we also work with some of the unexperienced people, we train them, and then once you train them, they work for you, they work along with you, they get some experience, and then they move on. So it is always, we are here focusing not to build something great company which will have a full time role. As of now, right now we are working for students and by the students. So here we are not hiring any full time role. Everyone is working either as an intern or for some particular period, let's say for 6 months or 1 year. So the role of heads or managers, that is defined for some particular time. So this is the approach that we are having here with TechTable.
Yes. So according to you, the interns that are joining currently in the tech table have the same vision and the same goal as that of you because they are facing the similar problems. So this motivates them to
True,
work for
true,
tech
true,
table, and yeah, and you can achieve bigger and bigger with joining people with similar interests. Okay, so moving on to next
true, true,
question.
true.
Financing is a kind of very important thing for a startup to sustain in the long run. For every company, I think financing is very important. So what do you think about financing, about raising
Okay.
investments? What procedure a person can follow, let's say a novice person who wants to know about startup fundings and let's say venture capitalists and etc. So what is your suggestion to them? What opinions do you have about that?
All right. So this is very similar to that analogy when you just get into college and you start looking for a job. Okay, I'll be very frank, because starting a startup does not mean that you will raise fund and you need investor and all. You can do it without even any investor. First thing, there are companies which worth thousands of crores and they haven't taken any help from any investor. We have worked with them, they are our clients. So I can give you, so that is just another sort of mindset that we have, that we need to find investors and this that blah blah blah. In the early stage you don't need anyone. Okay, some cases you need some money to start with something, right? Because everything is not free. So in that case, what I suggest people, that there are lots and lots of business plan competitions going on around in different colleges, let's say in different IITs. In fact, if you just participate in IITs, uh, you will have n number of competitions, and the prize money there is pretty huge. So you can start investing that prize money into your idea, right? And there actually they don't look for the MVP or they don't look for any things. That is just a business plan competition. So you can just make your business plan and then compete in that competition, and then you are just one step in. So when you have something in your hand, you can always plan ahead. Put some money, get something out of it. Put some money, get something out of it. Like that you can do. So that is another approach that I give to students, to those who are looking for, like if they don't have any money and they want to invest something, and at the beginning stage they will not find any investor too. So that is the approach that I suggest for now.
Yeah. Actually, that is a good approach. Participating in a competition there, you will get some feedbacks from the judges, and you can improve on yourself on or the idea that you are working on. At side by side, you will get the fundings, smaller fundings, of course, but the you will get those fundings to uh, to start your or to carry out your current operations. So moving on to
So you will
uh,
increase your network too, right?
yes, yes,
There will be
definitely, yeah.
increase in network, and so there are a lot of benefits. There are a lot of benefits, and in fact, that gives you another experience. There will be judges, and in fact, those will be also investor. So if they really like your idea, they can do something for you.
Okay, okay, good. So moving on to next question. Our next question is more about our Indian economy. So what are the pros and cons do you see in the while opening the startup in India? The factors that you can take into consideration while answering this question is rules and regulations, or the market freedom in India, or the subsidies or incentives that are provided by government, etc., and the market response. The most important thing, what is the how is the market response in India?
All right. So that definitely depends on what is your market segment, what are you targeting. So let's say if you are looking for e-commerce, e-commerce is already saturated so much, right, with big companies. And if you are again trying to target the same, you're gone, right? If you are, let's say, targeting uh, what do you call IIT, JE, those things, or like coding for juniors, Coursera juniors or Byju's. So those are like big players in the market, and definitely you will have to suffer the barrier, entry barrier to the market, and that will be pretty huge. That uh, competing with them will be a huge challenge. So deciding the target, deciding the segment in which you want to work is very important, because if there is a huge player, if there is a big player already in the market, then you will have to suffer a huge market barrier, until and unless you have something disruptive technology that can actually beat them. And so then you can go ahead and try. There is no problem in that. Okay, but in terms of government subsidies, and in terms of, let's say, government is actually motivating people to start their startup and open and register a startup as an MSME, because and they also say that they will not take like income tax or up to some 10 lakhs or something. I'm not much aware about the rules, but there are some strict rules that if you register your startup and until and unless you have this much income, you will have to pay taxes and all. So they are actually motivating to register your MSME, register your startup. So in fact, government is supportive, and there are several initiative taken by government to provide you loan as well. So they can give you loan with less interest and all. So there are several incentives. And if you talk about market response, then here in India, again, like it depends on what segment you are targeting, right? Like education or healthcare or finance. So depending on that, it's good. But in fact, there are some startup which actually works in India, but their headquarters will be in somewhere else. Why? Because that gives a positive impression that actually this is international. Actually, this is foreign headquartered startup. So that gives a positive impact on, like, some other sort of impact on Indian people, Indian users, that this is international. That kind of feel they have. So doing that, I think that is a trend now. I can see nowadays that is happening, that their headquarter is in Singapore or in Canada or somewhere California, like that.
Yes. So when we talk about the government support, the government incentives, most of the people in India think that currently rules and regulations in India are very stringent. Market is not free, and there are initiatives taken by government like Startup India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, or Make in India. But did they help MSMEs or not? People have this question in their mind. What is your experience?
I can say definitely it has helped, because through these initiatives, people have started actually working on several other areas which they were not able to work on. Okay, even if you talk about, let's say, carbon scanner, in the replacement of cam scanner, or I can just name several like that, okay, where actually people started working on make in India product, and that has actually benefited Indian economy or Indian uh, people, Indian entrepreneurs who were working on several ideas. Because, like I said, if there is a huge player already in the market, that will create a huge market barrier, right, to enter the market. So, Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So, all these initiatives actually created more and more opportunities for Indian people. That is what I can say. And in fact, in 2020, I what I can say, 2020 is the year for startup. 2020 is the year for entrepreneurs. This has brought a lot of opportunities for startups. In fact, we are just suffering from a lot of problems this year, but at the same time, every problem brings some opportunities in hand, and that is where I can say this year has brought lots and lots of opportunities for Indian, not just Indian entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs across the world, because you got several problems to solve directly in hand. In fact, in Insti, right, there was one student, Pranjal, who made face shield immediately, and he sold 35,000 shield and for a good price. So these are like short-term opportunities which you can think of, like, okay, immediate problem, you solved it and you got back the money. So definitely that has brought several opportunities to Indian people to solve different problems. And like I said, this year has created a lot of opportunities in terms of things going online. So everyone was trying to build something where they can connect online, like e-commerce, or connecting local vendors to some online shop, and then e-school, where they were trying to connect schools online. And there were all these initiatives where they can actually make everything online. And even we have worked on several ideas where we were actually providing support to different startups in this field. Like we worked in domain of education, and also in the domain of e-commerce.
Yes, definitely. Every problem brings new opportunities, and this year 2020 is a year for entrepreneurs, as per your opinion. But this year 2020 will always be remembered because of Corona crisis as well. So we had almost 3 months of lockdown. So did my next question is about this lockdown. Did this lockdown affect your business? If yes, then how did you manage your startup during this lockdown period?
Oh, like I said, where everyone was in the office, we were trying to solve the problems of the people. So at the same time, this was a big opportunities for us, and we worked with several clients to provide, like we said, we provided online solutions. So actually, at the same time when the lockdown began, we got a client who were working on making school online. So during the whole 2 to 3 months of the beginning lockdown, we worked with them and we provided online solution for their school. So online school, we created a platform to make schools online. So that was the project that we were working from March to June or something, June, July. So it was actually a big opportunity for us, rather than just saying that it has actually created a lot of problems. So we took it as an opportunity, and our startup has seen a lot of growth during this phase.
Yes, yes. So we can say that this was a disruptive year. So many unconventional ideas worked, and many of the conventional ideas didn't work in 2020. So, what changes do you see apart from this that has been taken place in Indian market after Corona crisis?
Okay. So see, now we see a completely new normal. You just wake up early in the morning, early morning in the bed, and that is your office place. That is the place where you start your day, and that is the place where you sleep in the night. So your bed is actually your office, and that is where you start your day, you finish your day. So like everywhere, we are just following a new normal. Students are worried by just sitting at one place. Earlier it was too difficult for either teacher or students. They were not able to handle this new normal, right? They were not able to adapt the online thing. But finally, I guess whatever happens happens for a reason, and that's oh sorry, hello.
Hello. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
sorry,
can
sorry.
continue your
I was
answer.
uh,
Yes.
all right. So what I was saying, I just lost it between.
You were saying something about the online and the new normal. So everyone is
Yeah.
working online.
Adaptability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
true. So this adaptability is the key to adapt the situation or to look whenever the changes are happening, right? We need to be adaptive, and that's where many people were so rigid in the beginning that they were not able to, especially those old teachers or the school teachers, they were not able to cope up with this online thing, but finally they did, right? So everywhere you see new normal, either you go to a mall nowadays, so you see everything in a completely new manner, right? So I think we need to continue with that. Whatever habits that we have generated, we need to continue with that for some more time.
Correct. So, at a personal level, what did you learn from your startup journey? What things, as per your opinion, an entrepreneur can learn which salaried person, 20, a person who is working for let's say 8 hours, 5 days a week, doesn't get chance to learn?
See, whenever it comes to number of hours, number of working hours and all, it is always tough to count the number of working hours in a startup. Sometime it may be 18 hours, sometime it may be 5 hours. You don't have a fixed time here. You just you are just working on solving a problem. You're just working on giving delivering the projects to clients. So here the situation is pretty tough. There may be flexibility of timing here, but what drives everyone here is the passion to solve problems. Is that is uh, they do what they love, and they love what they do. So that is the thing here, which is actually driving them. But at personal level, if you talk about my growth and my experience from all this past 2 years, which I have been working with several clients. So in that case, there are a lot of things which I gained from it. One was that you become an all-rounder person because you are the one who is handling several things. You manage HR, you do marketing, you do sales, pitching, and all. You do business management, business development part. You also have to take care of the technology team sometimes. So you are actually, in this case, you become an all-rounder person. And the moment you want to become an all-rounder, this is the best thing to start with, because this will give you uh, the experience which you will not get anywhere else. Okay, and the moment you start working with several clients, so that will bring another set of experience which you will not get anywhere else, because here you are directly working with the client, you are trying to understand their problem, and with every client you have a different set of requirements, so you work and learn something else. So like I said, last in this year we have worked with several 5 to 6 big clients, and everywhere there was a separate requirement, and with every client I learned something new. So that was the biggest thing I can say. It has grown me. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so you're saying that you became a multitasker because of this experience of a tech table. So you become a all-rounder person and you get exposure to different fields. Let's say marketing, sales, etc., etc. So you are working on 10
Yes,
different
yes,
fields
yes.
at a time, which yeah, yeah, correct. So tell us about your personal journey, Rakesh. How was it starting from small city in Bihar, Gaya, right? And coming to IIT, then becoming an
Yes, yes.
entrepreneur. What guidance would you like to give to students who are aspiring entrepreneurs, specifically from Bihar?
Okay, okay, definitely. See, the first thing is that you have to dream big. Okay, even APJ Abdul Kalam sir said that you need to dream big to achieve big. And especially for the people of Bihar, that is where they lag because they just want to get into a job and they want to get settled immediately after 12th or something. So they end up doing very small work. So dreaming big is the first key that they should have. And once you dream big, they need to start working onto it step by step, and they need a guidance, of course. So once they get into a good platform where they can actually uh, experiment things, they can actually network with good people. That's how you start exploring more and more about this world, right? So being from Bihar, I went to a normal school and everything was so simple. I was just a normal child, and then I went to Delhi for coaching for 2 years, and that's how I got into IIT Madras. So everything, the education history was very simple, nothing so special. After getting into IIT is the platform where you bag several opportunities, right? So you are at a place where you have several opportunities. Then what to wait for? So that's how it started. You got connection with a lot of good people around you, and then you just jump into the market. So the thing here was trying to do something different, and second thing is that you dream big.
Correct. Dream big. That is the more that will be the final outline out of this session of half an hour.
Yeah, not just that.
So
See, not just the dreaming big thing will work. Okay, if I dream big, okay, I will become a billionaire one day. Not that is not just the final thing. You have to work actually. What is your plan to become that thing? Okay, you need to work on it. You need to work step by step towards it. Then that will be
so
the
it's
key.
not,
Not
yeah,
just
it's not
saying
only
okay.
dream big. It's about your planning. It's about the putting your hard work
True,
into your plan. It's not only about the dreaming big. Correct, Rakesh.
true,
Thank you
true,
for
true.
correcting me. Yes. Thank you, Rakesh, for answering my questions. We got to learn many things from this conversation. I hope that aspiring entrepreneurs are watching this video, mostly from Bihar, I think, and they will get motivation. They will get inspired from our conversation, and I hope that this conversation was fruitful for our audience. Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to the audience who were watching. Okay, I hope this was insightful. Let's learn something more. And see, especially let's talk about something about this decade because not just the year, but also that this decade is about to get over, right? This 2020 from 2011 to 2020, and now we'll get into another decade. So in that decade, our Indian generation will see a lot of changes in their life, right? So this will be a complete new scenario for them. They have to, like I said, they need to be adaptive to accept the situation and to uh, go with the flow, right? We have seen a major changes here in 2020, and this situation has uh, put everyone into the situation where actually they started loving family. They actually spent a lot of time with family, so they realized the value of family actually, and they also realized how much important is their health because in this pandemic situation everyone was worried about their health, right? So all these things has brought their life and their mind into such a point where they can actually think of what everything is about, what the world is about, what to give importance and what to not. And in fact, there was one major concern in 2020 was depression because people were not used to sitting alone and meeting people virtually. So and not sometimes not even meeting people. So that was somewhere that also created some sort of problems to people's life, that they went into depression and not able to come up with that. But again, if you if you are alive and you are trying to find some solution, you will get it, है कि नहीं? अगर तुम कुछ ना कुछ सोल्यूशन निकालते हो इसका, डेफिनेटली तुम्हें कुछ ना कुछ सोल्यूशन मिलेगा, राइट? अगर सिर्फ यही सोचते रहोगे मुझसे कोई बात नहीं कर रहा है, मैं क्या करूं, कैसे होगा, राइट? एंड दैट्स वेयर पीपल गॉट इनटू डिप्रेशन. लोगों को इतना आदत था लोगों से मिलने का, बातचीत करने का, फिर सडनली सब कुछ ऐसा लॉकडाउन हुआ, उसके बाद सडनली एवरीथिंग वेंट डाउन. तो उसके बाद पीपल got into depression, and that was a huge tough time for them, pretty tough, बहुत बहुत tough time था, and people have overcome it. So those who have overcome, a great cheer to you, and wish you a very very successful year ahead. I wish you a very happy new year. Enjoy.
Yes, thank you. Wish you very happy new year, Rakesh, and all our audience. So the last part, the last 2 3 minutes of this session was from a Gyani Yaya. That's what we used to call him in our college. So ये ज्ञानी आया का सेशन था, लास्ट 2 3 मिनट्स, और बहुत अच्छा सेशन दिया
वो
राकेश,
ज्ञान,
बहुत मजा आया.
thank you.
Yes,
वो ज्ञान ने अगर नहीं दिया तो फिर, वो ज्ञान नहीं दिया तो फिर ना, द सेशन विल बी इनकम्प्लीट, यू नो.
correct. Correct.
चलो, ओके,
Yes.
let's close it. Let's say bye
Yeah,
to our
let's
audience.
wrap
Bye
this.
bye. Happy
Yeah,
New Year.
bye. Happy
Yeah.
New Year.